The Undertaker, who has taken on the biggest stars, and I mean both figuratively and literally, that have stepped inside a WWE ring. And once again, Undertaker is being put to the test. It's the Undertaker who is outsized, outmuscled by the great Khali. You can't say that there are a lot of people that tower over the Undertaker. And it just happens to be that the great Khali is on that very short list of those who do. And these two are face to face while Undertaker looking up at Khali. Khali, who was looking for a left and right combo. The problem is for Khali, he's a little bit on the slower end. All that mass. But meanwhile, Undertaker just got launched over the top. One arm by Khali. If you're the Undertaker and you're strategizing in this match, dig deep. The best thing Undertaker can do is use quickness to his advantage, and that's what he's going to have to do as he goes for some quick shots here on the great Khali, trying to wear down the giant. And Undertaker once again gets tossed over the top rope to the outside like he's nothing. The eyes of the Undertaker, they really do tell it all. They say everything you need to know about where his mind is at when it comes to the power he's dealing with of great Khali. Undertaker counters head ringer to Khali, creating some much needed separation there for the Undertaker. How is Undertaker going to capitalize on the situation? Khali went for some heavy strikes, but nobody home. Undertaker starting to pick up some momentum here. Can he keep the ball rolling? Class might be in session very shortly. I don't know how wise this is. And I said class is about to be in session, but I think class just got canceled because Khali just slammed the dead man to the mat. And look at that back elbow. Look at the way that Khali just launched the Undertaker into the mat. And look at all the weight of Khali around the neck of the Undertaker. That's the pressure that is being put on the Phenom right now by Khali. This look in the eyes of the Undertaker is not what you want to see if you're somebody that's supporting the Undertaker in this effort that is looking very rough for the Phenom. I mean, since arriving on the scene, the great Khali has been absolutely merely unstoppable. And Khali is stalking his prey. Never thought there would be a day where I would associate the word Undertaker and prey. Well, rather associate the word prey with the Undertaker. Meanwhile, Undertaker's starting to fight back with a couple shots, but it just takes one equalizer from Khali to really slow down the Undertaker. Undertaker tried to whip Khali into the barricade, but it's just that power of Khali. It's not going to be an easy task for the Undertaker. Undertaker's trying to be in a power game with somebody who's bigger than him. And sometimes it can work, but a lot of times more than not, a lot of times more so than not, it's not going to fare well. And with all that force, Undertaker took a massive hit into those steel steps. Khali, who lifts up the lifeless Undertaker and slamming him into the mat. 300 pounds. Khali lifting it up like he's nothing. Oh my, the Undertaker just sat up. But you saw that Khali is measuring up. This could be. And there it is. That's the massive chop that's put everybody who's come in contact with it away. And that's got to be it. The Undertaker stays alive. Oh my God. The Undertaker just sat up. Khali backed up. I mean, Khali's not one to express facially, but you could sense that there was like a little bit of a whoa effect for Khali, realizing that the Undertaker just kicked out of his biggest shot. Meanwhile, the dead man doing everything he can to fight back. And a headbutt by the Undertaker. I do have to mention, though, that Undertaker did, in fact, jump up for that headbutt. And that is not very often you see Undertaker have to jump up to headbutt somebody. This time, it's time for old school. And this time, class is in session? But Khali is still on his feet. And now Undertaker's in striking position. This is dangerous. Undertaker regarded as one of the greatest strikers in WWE history. Went for a clothesline to Khali, who's still on his feet. Let's go for a second round. One for a third time. Undertaker launching himself at Khali. Uh-oh. Khali has been caught up in the ropes. This is deep trouble for the great Khali. You don't see an opportunity like this too often, where you see Khali absolutely defenseless with his arms all tied up in the ropes. Meanwhile, the official, Charles Robinson, trying to get this thing separated. Oh boy. Look at this. Daivari, yeah. And now the Undertaker. And now Khali. Daivari really playing a big role. Making some huge turning points to give Khali the chance to be back on the upper hand. And just like that, the Undertaker's been laid out, but still manages to sit up. And if the first chop wasn't enough, I think Khali's going to send one final message to take out the Undertaker for good. And there it is. Right off the skull. That's it. Good night. It's just, we're seeing the end of the Phenom. When do you see the Undertaker be dominated the way he is tonight? And Khali with another boot. You can hear Daivari saying, "This is yours." And that's it. I can't believe Undertaker's been laid out like that. The great Khali, in dominating fashion, stands over the Phenom, the Undertaker. This just doesn't feel real. The absolute shock. I mean, the entire arena just had the air sucked out because just like myself, we're all in absolute shock at what we just saw. Undertaker, who had his shots here and there, he fought a good effort. But Khali is on a path of dominance here at Judgment Day. Let's get a look at that one-arm toss to the Undertaker to the outside and then launching Undertaker into the mat off the top on Undertaker's first old school attempt. And then these wicked clotheslines that just nearly decapitated the Undertaker. There's that big boot. And that final boot to tell Undertaker to lay down after that second chop. And that was it. Insulting the Undertaker like that. One boot over the chest for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. Khali does not care who he hurts.